So yeah, I got another stove, and just like all of you kind of gearheads, I have a problem with backpacking gear. I see a device or I see a bit of gear and I like it, and I pick it up. So this is the MSR Pocket Rocket 2. So let's go over some of the features of this thing, how much it weighs, of course, how it works. I am going to take this. I've been testing it the last couple days. I am going to take this on my upcoming Colorado trip. Which you guys are probably, if you're watching this now, I'm probably there right now. So when I come back, you'll know for sure if it worked. Now that's with the container, and there's a Bic lighter in there, regular size, and the MSR Pocket Rocket 2, so 4.4 ounces. So let's go ahead and pop that lighter out of there. And so it does fit just barely. I think a mini would fit better in there, but that does fit pretty well. And so without that Bic lighter in there, 3.6 ounces. And then I'm never really going to carry it in this case. I'm going to just nest it in my pot. So just the MSR Pocket Rocket by itself is 2.6 ounces. And for you gram counters out there, and we have 72 grams. So now how does this thing work? So just some features to note is that MSR does have those wind blocks, if you will. Supposedly what would happen is if one side gets blown up by the wind, the other sides won't be affected. These arms are redesigned for different kinds of pots, and so pots with a wider base can now fit on it. And so nice thing about this is that it folds really flat. And so that's the one thing I noticed right away, is that it folds pretty close to the stove body, which is nice because then it fits in that case pretty well. And for me, it'll fit in that mug really well. This does fold away, and the design just looks really overall nice. And like I said, you already saw the weight, and that's pretty minimal for a lot of different stoves. So let's go ahead and see how this thing works. So go ahead and go on there. Another bit of design that's great on this stove is that this bar right here of the stove actually stops it from being over tightened. And so that will stop it right there. And so there's no way possible of you damaging anything that's in there. So let's go ahead and light it up. So most dehydrated meals, one of the standards they use is 2 cups of water. So we're going to check and see how long exactly the MSR Pocket Rocket 2 takes to boil 2 cups of water. Let's turn it up. Let's check it out. Yep, you can see it bubbling away. So let's go ahead and turn this off. And that's about a little under 2.5. Whew. Yeah, it's hot. Yeah, so that was at a rolling boil. I just couldn't take it off in time. It's not bad. Now, a couple things to note about the Pocket Rocket 2 is that you saw I actually had really good control over how much flame I had, which was really great. You probably could cook on this and not have it absolutely scorch the bottom of the food or the pan that you're using, which is great. So MSR says that their boil time is 3 minutes 30 seconds per liter, and I believe it. I mean, in that very unscientific test, I didn't even have the flame up the entire way, and we still had a boil time of about 2.5 minutes, which is great, way better than the alcohol stove in terms of boil time. So that's phenomenal to see. Let's go check out the flame in a darker area so we kind of see what that looks like. So showing you just how much flame control you have. I mean, that's the lowest I can get it to. That's pretty impressive. Oh. That is not even all the way up yet. So an impressive level of flame control, as you saw there in the dark, but you can go simmer low for sure. And then of course, ridiculously high, which is actually a little bit scary. No joke.